Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
All right, you found me. Now what?
The Manster opens with a pretty arresting murder. That leads to the mad scientist who created this ape creature killing his own creation. Occupational hazard. The creature used to be his brother, and look what he did to his wife.
Like Himiko, the woman who used to be my wife.
Now he's got no family left to experiment on.
You're an experiment that didn't work out.
But even as Dr. Suzuki is disposing of his brother's corpse in his volcanic garbage disposal, his next subject shows up at the door.
That's right. Larry Stanford, the brilliant and highly underpaid foreign correspondent.
And is soon getting surreptitiously injected. But with what?
It has wonderful effects and sometimes strange effects.
At first, it seems Dr. Suzuki is doing some long overdue research into the CAD gene.
Hey, Doc. Tell her it's an old American custom called smooch.
Me, Larry Stanford, here, with 4 geisha, at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my wife back in the US. With my reputation.
Sounds too good to be true.
Turns out it is, when his best friend brings his wife over.
Hello, Larry.
Well, this is quite a surprise.
Not sure you're the one who should be pissed.
You know, Ian, there's a name for a guy who'll pull a trick like this.
Yeah, there's a few for you and all.
The devil's gotten into him.
Larry chooses his girlfriend over his wife.
No, Larry, not this way.
Not from behind. And his wife's reaction?
Ian, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Divorce?
Fight. That's all you can do.
Yeah, he seems worth fighting for. Why did things go wrong between you two?
Or maybe it's because I never put you in your place before, never slapped you down when you needed it.
Oh, where did the magic go? Larry's boss tries to comfort Linda.
He used to be a good reporter, Linda. All reliable. Now when I want him, I can hardly find him.
And here's me whining about the end of my marriage.
And then I've lost the battle.
Larry, meanwhile, is going through some changes that go beyond mere jerkishness. And he embarks on a murder spree. As the hand seems to possess him.
I suppose this is far-fetched.
Hey, if you think that's far-fetched... Larry goes to see a doctor, and although it's somewhat late and the doctor is a psychiatrist, I still give him credit for that because it's something B-movie heroes so seldom bother to do in this situation. But it doesn't go well. With the doctor dead, the police spring into action.
Just exactly what are you doing about these murders? Well, we've doubled the police on duty, and every officer carries extra arms.
And the murderer carries an extra head. What does Dr. Suzuki make of all this?
You shouldn't have done it, Robert. You shouldn't have started the whole thing.
I suppose I'm just beginning to realize that.
Turning my brother into a gorilla and my wife into a monster, then shooting them both was one thing. But the fate of this total stranger has really been a wake-up call.
Look what I've given to science.
That's a good idea. Let's look at it. Thoughts?
Yes, it does look bad.
That's accurate in many ways. But there is still hope for Larry. Wow, but for a conveniently placed tree, that might have looked rubbish.
Robert, I don't like it.
But does this mean Suzuki's brother is still out there and it was only the monster side that was shot? Because, as it stands, the serum has wildly different effects on the people it's been injected into.
I know all that.
Its purpose, by the way, was to trigger the next step in human evolution, which A, seems unlikely, and B, is starkly at odds with the Jekyll and Hyde referencing summation at the end.
How can I say this? There was good in Larry and there was evil. The evil part broke through, took hold.
If it had stuck with that, it might have worked, as Dr. Suzuki says.
Not everyone's interested in a mutation.
So true. Thanks for watching. For more mad scientists and doomed journalists, subscribe here. Who are the worst husbands in B-movie? Your caddish spouses in the comments below.
Go, Linda. Go home.